You can't turn off dopamine, but you can stop your brain from chasing cheap hits like a slot machine. Today we're breaking down the trend you keep seeing, dopamine detox. Is it science or just TikTok nonsense with a fancy brain word? By the end of this video, you'll know what dopamine actually does, why detoxing from it is impossible, and a science-based way to reset your focus without fake neuro buzzwords. Let's kill the first myth. Dopamine is not an evil pleasure chemical ruining your life. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger your brain uses for motivation, learning what's rewarding, driving you to repeat certain behaviors. When something matters to you, junk food, studying, scrolling, or going to the gym, dopamine helps tag that action as worth doing again. Dopamine is less about pure pleasure and more about pay attention, do this again. So when you see creators saying, just stop dopamine for 24 hours and your life will reset, that's like saying, just turn off electricity for a day and your house will permanently fix itself. You don't want to shut dopamine off. You'd have zero motivation, zero drive, and serious health problems. You want to retrain what your dopamine responds to. So where did this idea even come from? The phrase dopamine detox exploded on YouTube and TikTok as a way to sell no phone for 24 hours, no social media, no junk food, no video games, no fun. The promise? You reset your brain so normal life feels exciting again. In reality, it's mostly just old-school discipline with a new science-y label. There is some logic under the hype. Constant instant rewards, scrolling, notifications, binging, can make boring but important tasks, like studying or deep work, feel painfully dull. Your brain starts preferring the fast, easy hits instead of slow, meaningful effort. But here's the thing, you're not detoxing from dopamine. You're trying to change what you're addicted to doing when dopamine shows up. Let's bring in the brain science. Your brain learns through reward prediction. When you do something rewarding, dopamine helps reinforce the connection. Cue, action, reward becomes a habit loop. Hear a notification? Your brain predicts a reward. Tiny dopamine spike. You check your phone. Feel bored while studying? Your brain remembers TikTok is fun. Reaches for your phone automatically. Now, do we have solid research saying a 24-hour dopamine detox resets your brain? No, that's not how the system works. What is supported? 1. Reducing constant stimulation, like checking your phone every 2 minutes, can help lower distraction and anxiety over time. 2. Delaying gratification, forcing your brain to wait for rewards can improve self-control and focus. 3. Changing your environment, like removing cues for bad habits, makes it easier to build new habits. So the viral version of dopamine detox is exaggerated. But the core idea, taking breaks from cheap dopamine to make space for deeper rewards, does have a psychological basis. So if the classic no pleasure for 24 hours dopamine detox is mostly hype, what does work? Let's call this a dopamine realignment, not a detox. Here's a 3-step version you can actually use. Step 1. Identify your cheap hit. Ask yourself, when I'm bored, what do I reach for without thinking? That's your cheap hit. For you, it might be endless social media, short-form videos, junk food, gaming. Write down 1 to 2 main culprits, not 15. You're not trying to delete joy from your life, just lower the volume. Step 2. Create friction for the cheap stuff. You don't need a monk-level detox. You need friction. Examples. Keep your phone in another room while you work or study. Log out of your most addictive apps. Delete them from your home screen. Use website blockers during work hours. The rule is, make your worst habit 10 seconds harder to start. That tiny delay gives your brain time to choose a different action. Step 3. Feed your brain better rewards. Now you need to give your dopamine something healthier to latch onto. Pick 1 to 2 high-value actions, studying or deep work, exercising, learning a skill, reading. Then make the reward visible. Use a habit tracker. Track minutes of deep work. Celebrate small milestones. You're teaching your brain, this boring thing equals satisfying reward. Over days and weeks, your brain starts craving progress, not just scrolling. That's not a 24-hour miracle. It's slow structural rewiring of your habits. So no, you can't detox from dopamine. And anyone selling you a magical 24-hour reset is oversimplifying your brain for views. But you can remove constant cheap hits, add friction to your worst habits, and train your brain to enjoy deep, meaningful work again. If you want, try a 7-day dopamine realignment. 1 cheap habit with extra friction. 1 deep habit you track daily. Comment 7 days if you're in. And if you want more brain, body, and habit science in under 7 minutes, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.